Yeah, the next one is Jordy Witteman. He's an Apple principal consultant at Root3. As you know, 2 weeks ago already, they announced a new app catalog. So I'm really proud that they can tell this new service what they built. So Jordy.
Good. First of all, thank you for being here and watching this presentation. Very proud to present our app catalog for the first time. So very excited to show you what it is, what it can do for your organization, and actually see what it's doing in live action. Our promise for this app catalog is to provide the ultimate user experience and optimal productivity for your users. My name is Jordy Witteman. I'm an Apple principal consultant at Root3, and I'm working there since 2017, mainly managing Apple devices during the day, I often say, and at night developing in Swift UI. Maybe a joke, but sometimes it's true. First, what is Root3? Some of you may know us. Also, for the support app, I don't know if some users are using that application in your environment. If not, check it out or ask me after the session. At Root3, we love Apple, and we call ourselves Apple Solutionists. And everything we do is focused on providing the best possible user experience and with optimal user productivity. We do this by providing a couple of services like consultancy, managing your workplace, or end-user support. We're a small team of 70 people, been growing over the past couple of years. We're located in Halfweg. You may know the suikersilo's, the two towers in between Haarlem and Amsterdam. And founded in 2013 and member of the Apple Consultants Network. That we had to do for the salespeople, but now head over to the app catalog. The agenda, first do a small introduction about what is actually the app catalog, some of the main features, the requirements, how to implement it, and something about the MDM integration and actually integrating this with Microsoft Intune with a demo. We'll show something of the roadmap that's upcoming and provide some resources. And after that, perhaps there's room for some questions. So why did we build this app catalog? Mainly because the traditional process of installing apps and packaging applications requires a lot of time and sometimes as well focus and knowledge. And as a beginning Mac admin, coming from a Microsoft perspective, for example, you may not be familiar with packaging applications. And also for us, as a managed service provider, we looked at a way to streamline the deployment of applications, as we didn't want to package every single app every single time for all our environments that we manage. And also, compliance is becoming increasingly important. So as companies want their applications to be up to date at all times without having too much difficulty of going through all the packaging and stuff. So this began as an internal project back in 2020. And we've been using this since then internally for our customers. And now it's time to bring it to the public. So what is it? It's fully automated patch management and zero-touch packaging for many applications, currently over 800. And we download that straight from the source. So at time of the installation, it's always up to date. As I said, automated patch management is both for your managed and unmanaged applications. So it doesn't matter from what source it came, either installed by your MDM or by your end users. If you have an admin environment, we do a detection and it's always updated. So some of the main features, as I said, 800 plus applications. When we launched, we had over 750. But the team decided to do a little sprint in the last week. And now we reach 800, so we're very pleased to have that number. We provide MDM independent integration. So we try to integrate with most MDM solutions with minimal resources. We provide a catalog app, which is mainly a user-facing custom app store to give your users an easy way to install the applications you want to provide to them. Also already mentioned updating managed and both unmanaged applications. And we have a catalog agent, which is a command line utility to easily install applications from the command line or from scripts. And we've added accessibility features for enhanced functionality with voice over and voice control. So some of the highlights. This is the catalog app, user-facing application, curated with a selection of apps you want to be in there, which are always up to date and downloaded straight from the source from the internet. You can provide a couple of categories, totally up to you. We're using SF symbols to give it a very native macOS look and feel, written in Swift and Swift UI. I forgot to mention, we're not trying here to really compete with things like self-service. It's more focused to be implemented with the more limited MDM solutions. The catalog agent, this is the terminal you see here, and it's just a one-liner to install Google Chrome, for example. Just use sudo or from your script if it's run as root privileges, catalog -- install, followed by the bundle identifier from the app you want to install. We've added notifications for user interaction, so they are fully aware of what's being updated. You can choose to hide them, but by default they will be shown to the user, included with the app icon and the version of the app that got installed. And additionally, you can put the name of your organization at the top as in the title of the notification, but if you choose to do something else, that's also fine. Fully configurable in a configuration profile. Some more features, not going to highlight them all, but a couple of them exclude apps from updates. For some apps, you may not want them to be updated automatically due to several reasons. And you can put them in a configuration profile and they'll be excluded from automated updates. Daily automated updates, it's fully up to you to run this whenever you want, but by default it will run will be allowed to run every single day a full scan and do updates of all managed and unmanaged applications. Like I said, enhanced accessibility features for voiceover and voice control. And there's also an admin mode available in the application, which provides you with some more detailed app information, like the bundle identifier, code requirements, if you need that for PPPC profiles. And you can download app icons directly from the app, which may be user-friendly for self-service, for example. And we have an integration with TeamViewer. I don't know who is using TeamViewer here. Quick support with a custom branding. You can put an identifier that you can get from your TeamViewer admin console. And if you deploy TeamViewer Quick Support, it will be fully branded with the things you have configured there. So a couple of requirements. We're supporting macOS Monterey and higher. We're trying to support N-2 in the future, but for now we've set the bar at macOS Monterey due to some limitations on earlier platforms. But we figured, well, everyone should be on macOS Monterey for now. And if you're not, I don't know, there must be something wrong perhaps with app compatibility. About network, need outbound connectivity to our catalog backend. And also we need to have connectivity to the vendor's download URL. What about management platform? Yeah, just any MDM solution that is supporting scripts or a command line, such as Microsoft Intune, Jamf Pro, Kanji, Ivanti, anything that supports a command line. And we've tested with a couple of solutions, like Jamf Pro, obviously, Microsoft Intune, and Ivanti Neurons for MDM. But yeah, theoretically, it should work with any MDM solution that works with a command line or script. And we think even with just packages, maybe more complex to create them, but with a post-install script should also work if it's really limited. So how does it work? A couple of steps. It works with a configuration profile. So we need to create a configuration profile with a couple of keys, like how to authorize and give access to our backend. And that's also the profile where you configure the catalog app with the apps that you want to present in the front end. We'll go over those, the most important keys in a bit. Apply some supporting configuration profiles to make the user experience even better, to automatically approve notifications, and also manage login items for macOS Ventura and higher. Then you need to deploy the app catalog itself. That includes the agent. And after that, running scripts or commands to install applications. And define your update strategy by running the update command. And then just sit back, relax, and save some time for other stuff. This is a sample configuration profile that you see here. We use the domain nl.root3.catalog. And you see the most important keys here, like the authorization, which will be provided by us. Notification title, which will appear at the top of the configuration profile of the notification that is presented after a successful installation or update. You can exclude applications, as I said before, which is an array of strings where you can put any app in there that you want to be excluded, and the TeamViewer quick support ID that I talked about earlier. That was about the catalog agent. This is the catalog app, which is the same domain actually. So what we see here is the enabled apps. So there are a few modes in this catalog app. You can choose to show all apps, all 800 plus applications that are available. Second option is to just show the curated selection that you decide, or disable the app at all. But if you go with the second option, which will probably be for the most, you need to define the apps that you want to present there. And that includes the bundle ID, which is required, and optionally a category. Because we thought, okay, how are we going to categorize all our apps? And who decides that? Probably based on an opinion. So we thought, okay, let's decide the admin what they want to do with categories, and provide nice icons from the SF Symbols icon library provided by Apple and built into the OS, which provides this native look and feel, which is the second key. Categories that must match the category name from the app that is added to the profile. And those two will connect and show you the right category and right symbol in the left sidebar. The other key, disable app installs. We'll totally disable the application. So if you're using self-service and you want to keep doing that, the app will be disabled and the user will be presented with a message that is not allowed to install apps using this application. And there's the admin mode that I talked about earlier. That's also built into the same app. but you may want to restrict that for your users because that's a setting in settings. And you can enforce it this way. So it's grayed out and users can't touch that. We also provide some branding, so you can put in your own logo. That could be a file from the internet, a local file, and or an SF symbol as well. But you can also put some colors in it and make it even more recognizable for your organization. Yeah, but you can also leave that for what it is and just use the native branding. So here's a script for actually installing applications. So many MDM vendors out there don't have an option to prioritize scripts. So we thought, okay, how can we make sure that with just one script or without the control of when scripts are executing, install the app catalog, and then immediately afterwards install the application. So we provide a one-liner installation command to pull the catalog, and if it's not there, it will be installed, and immediately afterwards the app will be installed. And you can chain those applications with just, in this case, 4 applications. So those will be installed in sequence. Here's also a sample script for updating, which is basically --update command. And by default, this will check all the applications installed on your device and try and see if there's an update available using version comparison, except the ones that you've excluded in the profile. So what about the user experience? Some apps may require you to restart the app because it's part of their post-install script in a PKG or something else. For most apps, updates are applied immediately without any user interaction because it doesn't impact the running state of the app. But for some, it's required to avoid the app quitting unexpectedly. And in that case, we present the user with this example message. So the user can choose to update at a later time. This behavior is managed by us. So we try to provide the best possible experience, and we test that regularly. So now head over to the Intune integration. I'll try to show you a couple of configuration profiles and scripts within Intune. I'm just curious, is anyone here using Intune or has ever touched the interface? Touched it, probably. And it failed or it succeeded? Or?
In combination with Monkey, it was okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to show you around, maybe familiar interface for you, but just the sample configuration profiles, how to install some apps, updating apps, show the app catalog itself, the end user application, and also the agent to install 1 or 2 applications. So let's move my screen over there if that's working. Exit full screen. Okay, a couple of configuration profiles here. Let's dive into this one. This is the main configuration profile needed in Endpoint Manager. So, very nice interface always. They call it a read-only editor, but you can't edit. So, you need to be a little bit familiar, of course, with mobile config files and creating XML. We hope to provide a schema for the iMazing profile editor to make it even more easy to configure this. But there are a couple of other tools available, of course, which you can use. So, as I said before, here it's all alphabetically in here, so it's not the easiest to read perhaps, but let's give it a go. Here you see the categories. We've defined a couple of categories like utilities, security, browsers, cloud storage, a couple of others. Disable app installs is set to false because we want to allow users to install some applications. And we've added some applications like 1Password in this case, some browsers like Firefox and Chrome. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we're using an SF symbol as a logo in the sidebar. Notification title is set here with a subtitle as well. That's basically it. Here's our authorization. I'll scroll quickly up so you can screenshot that.
No worries, it's recorded.
Shit. I'll need to think about this, but okay.
And only I have the recording, so...
Oh, okay, nice. I'm going to kill it this evening. Some of the other supporting configuration profiles, like the managed login items, you're probably familiar with the concept of automatically approving or granting the launch daemons and agents, so the user can't disable them. Because our catalog app is using a privileged helper and launch daemon in the background, so we don't want users to disable it. And also notifications, so those are automatically approved, so they get nice feedback when the apps are installed. Okay, that's about the configuration profiles. Let's head over to the scripts. And that's basically what I've showed you earlier. Just two scripts, install apps and update apps. So let's click on this one. Let's go to properties. And yeah, that's basically what I've just shown you. Let's click on edit, perhaps better. Not really. Okay, nice. In this example, we're seeing the installation of 1Password, Adobe Creative Cloud, and Slack. Need to make sure to run it as a root user, of course, otherwise it will fail. But that's checked by default, so that's nice. Scope to all devices in this case, but that's just my test device, so that's good. And yeah, that's it for installing apps. For updating apps, it's almost the same. Again, as shown in the example, that's just a -- update argument as part of the catalog verb. All right. Let's move this one aside. And time for a demo. So what we're going to see is a clean enrollment into Intune by logging into the company portal app. We're going to install the MDM profile, install some apps, and also updating some apps. I've prepared the VM with an old version of, if I recall correctly, Firefox, Chrome, and our own support application. So those three will be updated. And a couple of others, so 1Password, Creative Cloud, desktop app, and the other one, Slack, should be installed. So let's see. I think it works. It was pre-recorded, so. So opening up the company portal app, signing in with your credentials. Approving some notifications, and yeah, let's kick off the enrollment and downloading the MDM profile. Now we're directed to system settings, Install the MDM profile. And then wait for what happens. Sometimes may take a while for Intune to kick off its script. Usually it should, but that's why I recorded it. So I opened the applications folder. Well, in this case, came through very quickly the required configuration profiles. And yeah, then let's monitor for notifications and the applications folder, actually. So first, there it is. The catalog is going to be installed as the first step. And then wait for next applications, 1Passwords. There's the user interaction. And now I think Google Chrome is being updated. See the icon being updated and the date modified as well. Adobe Creative Cloud coming through. See an old icon of Firefox for those familiar with the new one. Support app got updated. And finally, Firefox with the newest version. Oh yeah, and Slack. Just highlighting here what, all the applications touched, and yeah, that's what it is actually. So very quickly updated and installed after the enrollment. Proven to be very reliable. Yeah, let's head over to the next steps, which is not again the same video. I wanted to show you some live action actually. So I'll pull over my VM. So, which all right. So again, the user-facing app. As you see, it's very quick to open, all because of the native functionality in there. And this is the exact same config that we just saw in Intune. So we think it looks very nice with the description, the app name, up-to-date icons. We update them immediately when a new icon is detected. So you never have to worry about your icons anymore. We can click on a couple of apps, like this one, and you'll be presented with the developer name and, for example, also the category. And we can choose to install it. Well, let's install just another one, DevToys. With a downloading progress in here. Let's hope for the best. DevToys already, Figma, yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, both got installed. We can see them in installed apps. Yeah, it will just show all the apps that were installed and made available to you from the configuration profile. And here on the left side, you can see if there is, well, in this case, apparently just an update was pushed, so that's nice. And we see the categories. Well, apparently made a mistake here with Figma. It's not a browser, but you can put anything you want in here, make it as large as you want. Users can change the view, so see more apps in just one view or less. And it supports searching. If you have a large catalog, may want to use searching. Okay, finally, the agent. So I'll put the mic down. Thank you. I don't know if anyone knows this app. It's very nice to create some icons. Put in my password. And this is the admin interface for quickly installing apps, just like in the script. Some MDMs may support just running one command, and that may suit you, or running this locally should work as well. You can also put a -- silent behind it. So let's remove this one and run it again. Close this one. Yeah, so then it will not show you the notification. So if you're installing like a very weird utility you don't want your users to know about, this is the option to use. That's about the live demo. Let's go back. Oh, there must be some JevPro users here, I'm guessing. We also provide the JevPro JSON manifest to easily configure with JevPro in the user interface. So you don't have to worry about arrays of dictionaries and stuff like that. And at the moment we're serving over 15,000 macOS devices within our customer group. So the solution has been proven to be very effective. And we've learned over the years. And like I said, it's now time to go really to the public. Finally, some things to share from the roadmap. Working on a customer portal to show you more insights in your environment with reporting. So you can see all the apps that got installed, updated in nice graphs, show how many computers are being used with this model. We're researching the use of custom apps. We already heard many people would like to push their custom apps that are behind a login portal or some other place that we can't reach. So we're looking into that. And of course, even more apps. This is what our portal would look like with a computer count, the amount of apps that got installed, updated, all combined in a nice graph. And also the list of apps that are being used in your environment, which should be really insightful for you to know what's really being used in your environment and not pushed by IT if you're using an admin environment.
How do you define used? Being installed?
Being installed, yeah, better wording probably. But if it's installed and not by IT, then I'm guessing people are using it. And some resources, finally, provide some documentation. So if you want to know more technical deep dive, you should go there. You can browse our apps by going to appcatalog.cloud. That's available for everyone. You can even download the icons there and get bundle ID and code requirements. So it might be handy as well. And you can go to our website and take a look at our pricing. So thank you. That was basically what I wanted to show you.
Questions? If anybody got questions, just shout it out. There's only one mic.
Right, so just very quickly, really nice product. Really like it. One question with regards to the app behavior where the app is open. So does that mean that there's going to be different kinds of behaviors that you can select? or can you maybe force some apps to be updated more aggressively, shall we say, than others?
Jordy, can you repeat the question for the online?
Sorry.
That's good. So the question here is, how does that update experience work? Is there are there options available to have like a more aggressive way, like forcibly quitting the app, or another option? So at the moment, that's managed by us. That means that we've tested those apps, and we're looking at the behavior of the installation, basically. So if they're doing something in their post-install script by quitting the app, and we don't want to unexpectedly interrupt the user's workflow. At the moment, there's no option for you to define that behavior. But yeah, definitely looking for feedback and try to work with that if possible, of course. Yeah. So for now, we think for most companies it should be as easy as possible. You're probably an experienced admin and you want to have more controls, or what?
It's just certain apps require that they are updated quicker because there may be some vulnerabilities that are being installed in the wild that we get told about. Yeah.
In this case, the app, the user could postpone it and until they restart or something like that. But good point. Perhaps a nice feature improvement.
If the app is not running, it will always reinstall, right? Like it will always update when the app is not running at that moment.
Yeah. So the app is always updated if it's not open at that time. Yeah. Other questions, perhaps? You were. How we keep the app catalog updated? So you mean the client that is installed?
No, your app catalog.
Yeah. Oh, where we get those apps, you mean, and are we packaging them? We're using a model where we dynamically fetch the latest URL to the download. So it's all automatic process. So we're not packaging in some way. So for example, if there's an update now for Google Chrome, you're probably going to get it within 10 minutes or even faster. So we're really...
Have your own system running something like auto-package?
No. It's downloaded straight from the source. So from the vendor. Sorry?
From the client. You don't have a database with all the apps that...
Of course, we do maintain a database. The things you see on the front end that I showed here. So you mean how we keep this updated?
Yeah.
Apps, the app icons are automatically updated. So we rely on basically crowdsourcing, machine learning, perhaps, something like that. As soon as there's a new version available, there's nothing really we need to do because there's always some client in the wild downloading the app or updating, installing, and that's immediately reflected on this web page. Does it make sense, or still question marks? Or? So no packaging involved. No.
Second question: if you have an app that requires a custom license server internally, for example, so you need an extra package to be installed or an extra script running to put to the license server, how do you solve that?
So if there's a licensing dependency involved, for example, you also mean with new versions of the app that requires a new license, something like that?
No, just say I want to install Maya.
Yeah.
It requires a license server that's on-prem at the customer.
Um,
You configure that to point to the internal license server.
That's totally up to you at this point. We're just deploying the application. So getting the client onto your device. So at the moment we're not worrying about any dependency. So your apps may also require supporting configuration profiles like PPPC profiles or images login items or things like that. But we're strictly limiting this to getting the app as soon as possible on the device. Yeah.
I think you can combine it, your binary, with your licensing model in your script. So you can use the binary to install the application and install in the same script. You can install your licensing. So I think that's
the question is, where does the script come from?
the MDM.
Like in,
The MDM.
so Intune or
From the
so
MDM. You're owning the script because I think
extra things.
Yeah, you could extend that sample script that I showed you, of course, with anything you want. In the script, you can define the sequence of things happening there, and if there's some licensing involved, you need to push a key or something into the app. Just put it after the install command, and then that should work. Especially with more limited MDMs, so you need to put it in one script to make sure that it runs in the correct sequence for you. You were first. Sorry.
Probably not something you have done right now, but more of a feature request.
Feature request? Yeah, nice.
Deferrals, letting users defer the update of the application.
I was waiting for that question. Yeah. Not at the moment. No, we don't have that. Good question. Is there a deferral option available at the moment to allow users to postpone a couple of times and afterwards, when that's exceeded, quitting the app and update immediately? No, at the moment not. That's probably because we've created this to work very efficiently for our customers, and now that our customers are usually not experienced admins because they want us to manage their environments, and it works very well in our environments. But good feedback. Already saw this coming, so probably.
On the other hand, if you take a look at the Apple App Store, there is also no deferral possible there.
Yeah, it's always a struggle. I don't know, what about macOS updates, deferrals? Another topic for another day, but...
Don't mention software updates.
Apple app-only apps.
Apple-only apps, yeah.
How do you read that also?
What do you mean by Apple-only app? The pages or... Oh, yeah, good. It's just a non-Mac App Store app. So we may have apps available that are also in the Mac App Store. So it's up to you to, if you want to go with volume purchasing from the Mac App Store, totally fine, and rely on the Mac App Store update mechanism. But if... Funny? No? You mean if the app was installed from the Mac App Store, are we also updating?
No, because you're very keen that you have what the greatest omission is in Intune is the App Store, because you have to build it for yourself. So it's very handy. But if you have some Macs in your environment with only Intune as an MDM environment, how do you get those Apple apps that are only available in Apple App Store to the clients?
You can just use the volume purchasing module there. I mean, that's supported within Intune. So for us, there is no way to get like Xcode from another source. You need to log in, and so you can't do that. Yeah. All right. I don't know who was first, but let's. I was looking at you, so.
You say that applications are updated quite quickly from the vendor. Is there some kind of quality check in Root3, for example? Nucleo gets compromised, for example, and sends out a new package which has some malware in it, for example.
Yep.
With the same URL. is there some kind of delay on Root3 on the app catalog that does some quality checks or some installation checks?
Yeah, so the question, do we have security checks in place when updating the application? Yes, we do check the developer team ID. So we know upfront when we add an application who the developer is and what their unique developer team ID is from their developer certificate. And we compare that every single time when we download from the source, check if that still matches. And if it doesn't, stop the update in that case. So for those familiar, probably everyone's familiar with the developer team ID, that string that you get with your developer membership.
I think the next session will be all about that. So.
That's good. Yeah.
When will there be an app catalog channel in Slack?
When will there be an app catalog channel in Slack? Thought about that, totally forgot about it as well, because I was busy with other stuff. I can just create it after the session. If there's a need for it, would be nice. So definitely looking forward to creating that. Yeah.
How does the app catalog cope with apps that have a self-updating client within the app itself? Like Chrome auto-update or Microsoft auto-update?
Yeah, good question. How does it handle apps that do have their own update mechanism in place? I know many apps have things like Sparkle and other mechanisms in place. We don't do anything with that. So our goal is to get those apps updated as fast as we can, either by the user or by enforcing it this way. So there's nothing wrong with those update mechanism if you're in an admin environment to have it updated that way. So we don't want to really interfere with those apps because we'd have to go through all those 800 and have something specific in place there. But yeah, the chances are that it already got updated by the catalog even before the app was able to present it to your users.
I got only one question, right? We all saw the code, don't use it. We all said it. But how can we test this? Are you having a plan that we can test it and provide some feedback, or 14-day trial, 7-day trial, something? Are you planning that as well?
Yeah, we're obviously very keen to hear all the feedback, and we just want to, get how many people like to test this, but before we hand out all authorization codes, we would like to set up a demo with everyone interested to go into your specific needs and see if you're serious about this. But definitely possibilities to test it out for a couple of weeks. But you can come to us and then we'll set something up, of course.
Cool. Final question?
Final question.
We're all Dutch. We want to know the bills.
Pricing. There's pricing over there.
It's not sales.
No, I'm not the salesperson, but I think we have an affordable price. But just go over there, root3.nl/app-catalog, and should be there. Okay.
So excited that we almost run out of oxygen now.
Almost. We got one question online, so if you can read it out and I can answer it.
Asking for a friend.
Where can we send feature requests? Okay, next one.
Is there any plan in the future to make a GUI-based app backends like the Jamf Connect configuration app where you can easily choose apps, categories, etc. Make a config profile of it. I think everyone would be familiar with iMazing Profile Editor, which is a very good app for creating configuration profiles, even for third-party apps. I think that's the quickest way for us to provide this to you, to make it as easy as possible to configure this app. But at the moment, there's nothing in the pipeline to make an app ourselves and to create this. But yeah, who knows? Definitely something to think about. But I think iMazing would be the quickest way. Thank you.